June 7, 1981. The desert sun is setting over Baghdad. The silence is shattered by the roar of jet engines. People look up to see 8 sand-colored fighter jets screaming over the city, the Star of David emblazoned on their wings. The world is about to change in just 2 minutes. Welcome back to World with Ada. Today, we're uncovering the true story of Operation Opera, one of the most audacious airstrikes in military history. Back in the 1970s, Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein was on a mission. He struck a deal with France to build a nuclear reactor named Osirak, just 17 kilometers southeast of Baghdad. Officially, it was for peaceful research. But for Israel, it was a nightmare waiting to happen. They were convinced Saddam was building a nuclear bomb to annihilate their state. The clock was ticking. The problem was the distance. Iraq was 1,100 kilometers away from Israel. That's like flying from Delhi to Mumbai in a fighter jet that barely had the range to make it back. To make matters worse, Israel couldn't rely on aerial refueling. The pilots would have to fly in radio silence, with their radars off, hugging the terrain over hostile countries like Jordan and Saudi Arabia to avoid detection. It was a suicide mission. But Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin was determined. He is quoted as saying he would attack even if it was the last thing he did as a prime minister. Before a single bomb was dropped, Israel played a high-stakes game of espionage. Mossad agents reportedly sabotaged the reactor's core in France, delaying the project for years. The operation itself was shrouded in secrecy. It had a different code name every time it was planned. Finally, a computer randomly selected Operation Opera. The pilots trained on a full-scale model of the reactor in the Negev desert. They were even given Iraqi currency, just in case they were shot down and needed to escape. On Sunday, June 7, 1981, at 4 p.m., 14 jets took off from Israel. The plan was genius. They timed the attack for a Sunday, hoping the French engineers working at the site would be on their day off. At 5:30 p.m., the F-16s reached the target. One by one, they pulled up and dove, dropping their 2-ton Mark 84 bombs in perfect sequence, just 5 seconds apart. In a mere 2 minutes, the entire reactor dome was reduced to rubble. The world erupted in outrage. The United Nations Security Council condemned the attack. The New York Times called it an act of inexcusable aggression. Even Margaret Thatcher called it a grave breach of international law. On the ground, 10 Iraqi soldiers and 1 French civilian were killed. Saddam Hussein, in a fit of rage, executed the commander of the air defense zone for their failure. But for Israel, it was a victory. All the pilots returned home safely, including a young pilot named Ilan Ramon, who would later become Israel's first astronaut. History has a way of judging such actions. While hated in 1981, by the time of the 1991 Gulf War, many leaders, including US President Bill Clinton, viewed the strike as a success. Israel claims it set back Iraq's nuclear program by at least 10 years, effectively preventing a nuclear-armed Saddam Hussein. Operation Opera established what is now known as the Begin Doctrine, the policy of preemptive strikes to prevent an enemy from acquiring weapons of mass destruction. It's a lesson that still rings true today. An incredible story of courage, risk, and controversial decisions. What do you think? Was this a justified act of self-defense or a reckless war crime? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to World with Ada for more untold stories. See you in the next one.